What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. It's episode number 36. Loads to get through today on the back of the new signing on deadline day and a great start to the season in the Premier League, drawing the opening day with 3 wins since then. So more games coming in the league today. We've got the Carabao Cup second round against Brentford, who knocked us out last year at Old Trafford, facing them once again at home this year. And we start with this, our first ever European games of the save. Manchester United back in the big time as we head to the Signal Iduna Park for our Champions League phase opener. Dortmund await us in our first game back amongst Europe's elite. You know, in the summer I was thinking about bringing back both Garnacho and Diao, but then I was thinking, how would I even play them? When could I play them? Oh, what a goal! Hugo Larsson gets our first goal in Europe with an absolute thunderbelt from... I was going to say thunder and then another word next to it, but I thought best not to say it. Thunder shunt. Let's say thunder shunt. Hey, no profanity on this channel. But Hugo Larsson, what he got? How could I play Garnacho, Diao, when I've got Susak, Kubo, Sancho and Tyler Dibbling as well? But Hugo Larsson doing his best Marmouche impression. What a goal from the Swede. And Dortmund fall behind before the break. That Marmouche goal on Tuesday night was incredible, wasn't it? Seriously. And I know it sounds a bit obvious to say it, but there's no doubt it's clearly a contender for goal of the season, because it wasn't just the range he struck it from, the power on the shot, the accuracy clipping the post, but also, speed of clipping the post, we escaped there with the woodwork rattled. The dip on that shot was ludicrous, man. The trajectory of it, goodness gracious, what a strike. And 62 minutes in here, that super strike from Larsson as things stand, it's going to give us a win on match day 1 away in Germany. Can we hold on? It's the final 2 minutes of normal time, and this might be the last opportunity for Dortmund. Brandt chips it, Guirassy shoots, Trafford saves, and corner can't be prevented by Tobias, which means Dortmund will have one last chance from the corner. And when you're so deep into stoppage time, you might as well bring back your escape man as well into the area too for an extra body to get in between a forward and the goal, because there's not going to be enough time for a breakaway. We cleared the ball away there, but it wouldn't have mattered had I kept my man forward. Wouldn't be enough chance for a counter-attack for a second goal, so might as well bring everyone back forward for it. Our first clean sheet of the season, and it was probably the most surprising game to get it in. Dortmund away on match day 1. We shut the door, and Larsson's screamer gives us our first European win of the campaign. Start as you mean to go on. Brilliant 3 points. Let's see how long we can keep it going. Following game, back to England, back to Old Trafford, back to matters in the Premier League, going for our 4th win in a row in the league on match day 5 and staying unbeaten in top. Newcastle United coming to Old Trafford next. Such an unpredictable team in CM. Sometimes go for the title, sometimes mid-table. This season we want to keep them away from a title challenge. Newcastle next up. I think Newcastle have got 4 new gens / regens in their starting 11 now. And I often say that there's a point in a career mode save when you're doing a long-term project where it becomes a bit regen heavy. Now, it's great when they first start appearing and start, you know, to get game time, but there's also a point where there's just a few too many and it's hard to keep track of who's who. Here's one of them, Dos Santos on the left-hand side, who I think is the regen of Martinelli, but or pre-gen even. But, great save, Trafford. Yeah, that to me, well kept to Udogie. That to me is when career modes start to drop off a little bit. You know, when you get to that point, we're not there yet, but we're approaching it. As Udogie clips it over the top for Jadon Sancho. Really fast start to the game here. Both teams going at it early. Sancho going all the way, denied by another regen goalkeeper Papadopoulos, who picks up the loose ball too. This guy's not a regen, but it is Rasmus rolling it through to Koku and the ex-Red Devil. Oh, you know he'd love a goal. You know he'd love a goal on his return to Old Trafford. Højlund with the finish. I didn't inherit him, he was already there at Newcastle. He's come back here and got the opener. This is already... Whoa, Rasmus just sent the lip backwards about 10 yards. This is already the 4th game this season where we've conceded the first goal. That can't happen. 4th game already. And we might have got away with it against Aston Villa, but I don't think we're going to get away with it here. Newcastle just look like they want it more. We're not up for this. Having said that, we fell behind against Aston Villa and Everton and won both of those games, so I guess it goes to show you it's not how you start, it's how you finish. It's not how you drive, it's how you arrive. Mama, There goes that man. Vintage Mark Jackson. Right, 36 minutes to go, and enough of the quoting basketball pundits, Doxy boy. You've got to get yourself a goal here, because right now we're going to go 2-0 down. Instead, Rasmus, oh, that's a let-off. Smacks one just wide. We're in trouble. Actually, you know what Mark Jackson's doing nowadays, to be honest. He got fired from ESPN, didn't he? And then since then, I haven't heard him with any other organisation. Guess he's just taking a little break. And we're going to be taking our first L of the season here in the Premier League as Oscar Bob is denied by Trafford. There's 26 minutes to go. If there's going to be a second goal, you put your money on Newcastle. This is just one of those games where I've just not been on it. And, you know, the best teams, they don't take days off. You know, they don't take games off. They are intense on it every single game. Game after game. And how often do we say it? It's all about consistency? And it not been for Trafford being consistently brilliant today, we'd be 3 or 4 down. This is embarrassing. Willow to Delit. And the captain pops that wide to Jarrell. In at right back for the injured Elliot Anderson. But look at that. Liverpool are 3-0 up at Vicarage Road there. Liverpool are dominating away in Hertfordshire. We're getting dominated at home. And that shows you why Liverpool won the title last year. Oh, and we didn't. They are clinical, they are ruthless, they will get the job done game after game. That's how they won the title, and it's why we're not going to win it this season. I'm already calling it, even so early on. We perform like this. We've got, oh, what a save, Trafford, and again, 0 chance. But actually, I'll tell you, we've got a 1% chance with our number 1 still between the sticks. Trafford's been on fire. Last chance, you feel. Sancho, oh, what a touch. Oh, we don't deserve this. We don't deserve this. We don't deserve this. But we've got it. Come on, Sanchez comes up clutch again. And Manchester United have been bailed out at the death. Not for the first time already this season by the former Bilbao boy. How on earth have we just got a point in this game where Newcastle have dominated me? Well, I'll tell you, it's James Trafford, the hero, despite Sanchez's heroics. Manchester United stay unbeaten, but that is as lucky as it gets. Can't believe he's got away with that. I really can't. That is ridiculous, man. Had it not been for James Trafford, we would have lost that game by about 3 or 4 goals. No exaggeration. What an incredible performance from our number 1. Right, following game, he'll be out of the squad for this one, though. Brentford in the Carabao Cup. And as always, the first round we enter, I always rotate my entire side. And if we go out here, not going to be one bit fast. We've got bigger fish to fry. Now we're back in the Champions League. B's in the Carabao Cup next. He can't keep getting away with this. Don't worry, I won't, man. Seriously, we were very lucky against Aston Villa. I'm not going to use the word lucky against Newcastle. I was just gifted a point from the gods. But it's not going to happen again, no doubt. Moyes keen with the early opener. It's not going to happen again. Second half's underway, still down by 1. But honestly, I don't really care that much. Ultimately, yes, this is a winnable competition. But, I mean, if the board aren't going to count it as an objective, why should I? They've asked me to win a domestic double this year and reach the Champions League final. I can't go far in this competition as well. I like to use the phrase, one gotta go. And already, this is going to go, and I don't mind that it's going either. It's a blessing in disguise, if you will. Oh, as Moyes Keane has just ripped one in. Because that means we can focus all of our attention on the other 3 trophies. Get us out of here. Get us out of this one, man. We've got bigger fish to fry. Can you imagine if we scored 2 goals and forced penalties? That would be on brand for the start of the season. But instead, Keane's going to get his hat-trick to compile the misery and inflict our biggest loss on us so far this season. But I'll say it once again. With the Carabao Cup, whilst it's a winnable competition and it's still technically a major honour, You've got to manage the situation and manage the game management as well. Ultimately, we cannot go far in all 4 competitions yet. So if we get knocked out in this one, but then go to the following game, which we'll dive straight into after this, which is Liverpool away at Anfield, and take a point off the champions in their own backyard, well, I've said this before, I would rather get knocked out of this competition in an earlier round than get 3 points on the weekend in the Premier League. Let's see if we can do that here. Champions away, our following game, Liverpool at Anfield. Kind of forgot about that as well. You know, a couple of episodes ago I was talking about Liverpool's team and how it's gotten better than it was at the start of the save. as good as that was, with all the stars they've brought in, including Gyökeres and Johnny Cardozo and so on and so forth, Bolde as well. But I forgot as well, not only have they got Mamardashvili back from his loan spell at Valencia, but Courtois is there. They've got 2 world-class goalkeepers as well. This is definitely still the best team in England in this save, and Victor almost proved that with an early opener 8 minutes in. Look, we're going to be in a title race this season. I feel we're good enough to do that, especially after last season and improving on that too. But if we are going to win it, this is our main threat. They are still the best team in the country. Got Pavlovic as well. He's such a great young talent, is he, man? I know Bayern fans are gassed about his future development, and why wouldn't they be? He's got some brilliant potential. As Murillo finds Larson, and now Jarrell takes over. Speaking of high potential down the right hand side, he's got Suso. We keep going. Oh, Hugo! Yes, come on! Manchester United strike first at Anfield, and this guy is a big game player. He always comes up big in the big games. He's done it again, the Super Swede with a super strike. You know, we talked about who might be future captain here if De Ligt does end up going. Well, now maybe not this season, maybe next season. I think Larson's got to put his hat in the ring, right? He's such a big game player. But speaking of which, wow, what a legend for Liverpool. And I've mentioned before, I think the word legend gets thrown about a bit too often nowadays. But based on the season he's had in real life, committing to that new extension, I don't think there's any doubt at all now Mo Salah is going to go down as a Liverpool legend. Sancho hits it straight at the Belgian, and it's still 1-1. What a brilliant first half. I've talked before how I think legends should be restricted to like 5 or 6 players, because legend is like the biggest. Is that going to go out for a corner? No, we're on Trafford. Legend is like the biggest honour you could bestow on someone. You know, it's like, you know, is Doxy Boy a YouTube legend? No, what a load of rubbish. Of course I'm not. But is PewDiePie? Yeah. Is KSI? Yeah. You know, those are the legends, not me. You can call me like a YouTube fan favourite, if you will, but I'm not a legend, obviously. Come on. It's like, you know, it's like calling, I don't know, Alberto Moreno a Liverpool legend. Like, come on, you know. But Salah to me, I think, is going to go down as a Liverpool legend, man. I definitely think so now. Despite the competition, I think you've got to call him a Reds legend now. He's gone off here though. 38 minutes to go. Someone's going to win this. Reece James, former Chelsea man, out to camp. Oh no, overcommitted. Come across Murillo, but don't go too far. Now trust Udogie. Can't get there. Man in the middle. Harvey Elliott taken down. Penalty. Penalty off Murillo. And I've got no complaints whatsoever. Well, we got away with it late against Aston Villa. We really got away with it against Newcastle. But this time, we're not going to get away with it. Definite spot kick from Murillo, taking him down. And for Gyökeres, was it ever in doubt? The champions win it late. Our first league loss of the season. Our third in all competitions. This is why they're the defending champs. This is why I don't think we can be. And after the game, this is not what I wanted to see, but I'm not really surprised about it, to be fair. Boss, got to be honest with you, I think me not getting games starting to damage my career. I want to get away and make a fresh start somewhere else. Please let me leave so I get a chance to play. I brought back Angel Gomez on an important squad role, and to be honest, he's like our 5th choice CM here. And I'm okay with that happening. I said before, I don't mind it when it's situation specific. Angel Gomez has not been an important squad role player since he's come here. Yes, he's had the injury to deal with, but really, he's not played enough for his liking. So I'm okay with that. When it's situation specific and it makes sense like this one, I'm totally fine with that. Great player, great young talent, but 28 years old, yeah, he knows it's time to move on if he is to get back in the England squad and playing first team football regularly. Right, just converted Sanchez to striker. Following game, Rangers matchday 2 of the Champions League phase. No wins in our last 3 games in all competitions, back-to-back defeats, and a big game here as Barry Ferguson's Rangers come to, is he still in charge? Rangers come to Old Trafford regardless. Matchday 2 of the Champions League next. Matondo through the gap. Danilo slides it back. What a big block by Aidan Heaven. And once again, we're starting games off poorly, you know. There's just not enough intensity from the first whistle, and that has got to change. Oh, and another lucky escape. At the moment, it's all we're doing, getting let off the hook primarily from James Trafford. Sanchez. Hang on. Ah, it's going to be 1-0. Sancho sent through. He's always going to be Hamza Chowdhury for pace. And he should finish, which he doesn't. Great save. And up in the air it goes. Flick back down. Larson takes his time and couldn't get it away. But another injury as well. Kubo now down. That might just be a bruise for Kubo, but we'll find out after the game. Sanchez back to Hannibal, but right now all I'm thinking about is I was going to say, can we take the lead? Yes, we can. Hugo Larsson takes his time. What did I say? Big game player does it again. Third goal of the season already for the Swede. He's definitely in contention for that armband. By the way, once Gomez goes, in terms of homegrown trained to club players, I think we'll still have the 4 we need. But I'm not sure who they are. It will be... Oh, lovely done. It will be Kobe. What a touch, Tobias. Kobe. Oh, finish. Kobe, Viteka, backup keeper. Hannibal, and someone else. But I don't know who it will be. If you don't... Oh, Teden. I was going to say, if you don't include the young lads we've got, then that will be 4 homegrown trained to club players. I always say it's a great rule to make the saves more realistic, more enjoyable, more challenging, but immersive as well. Anyway, tune it up here. These are the kind of starts we need. Come on, boys. 3 disappointing results in a row, but as we always say, setbacks are a part of life, but you've got to pick yourself up and go again next time out, and we've done just that. 2-0 win over Rangers, and following the game with Angel Gomez approached by Chelsea. Pretty realistic move, I'd say, Manchester United to Chelsea, based on the saves so far and how his career is going as well. So, agreed a £40 million deal with Maresca. He's off there to the bridge in January. And a reluctant sale, but again, probably the right call, I would say, realistically speaking. So, heading into the following game, big win in Europe in the week, but now we've got to get back to winning ways domestically. None in our last 3, and a big loss away at Anfield. Following contest back at Old Trafford, rock bottom and winless Watford coming to Manchester in what should be a banker and needs to be a win if we're to restore confidence in the Premier League. Hornets next up. If you want to go your whole life without hitting some speed bumps along the way, then good luck, because it's not going to happen. You are going to struggle at some points. You are going to face times of extreme difficulty. So I wouldn't call this extreme difficulty. It is difficulty regardless. Knocked out of the Carabao Cup in embarrassing fashion at home. Beaten late by Liverpool. But how do you respond? You do this. You put it right next time out. You learn from your mistakes, you move on, and you make sure you get it right in the following endeavour. Sancho with the early opener. This is a pretty mental statistic to start this season off, but so far, we've got 2 clean sheets in Europe in the 2 games we've played, and we haven't kept a single one yet, domestically. In the Charity Shield, the League Cup, and also all the Premier League games we played as well. So, if we could get one here, I'd really appreciate the wait coming to an end. And the wait for his first goal since returning is over as well. Kobe, one of those homegrown players, brought back from Dortmund, gives the 2-goal lead. And now let's make sure we hold on to the clean sheet as well. It's all winning to getting the wins, but I want the clean sheets too. I'm not going to lie, one of the main reasons why I decided to re-sign Kobe is for those homegrown regulations. And you don't have to play with that rule if you don't want to. Like, you don't need to. There's nothing in the game that suggests you need to worry about homegrown players. Your whole team can be non-homegrown. It doesn't impact the game whatsoever. But I just really like it personally. It's a great way to... Oh, Kobe going all the way. Look at the space given for Kobe all the way, but couldn't keep his shot down. It's a great way to make your saves, you know, maybe a little bit more realistic, a bit more fun in my case, and definitely challenging as well. But it's also one of the reasons why I don't like the PSR, by the way. You know, I don't understand what that regulation is for, because it's doing the opposite of what its intended purpose is. Because now it means that if clubs sell their homegrown players, it's pure profit. If Manchester United were to sell Kobe, for example, for 80 million, that's pure 80 million pound profit. You know, it's the rules were brought in the hope that that clubs would stop spending as much money and try and develop their academy players. Well, unfortunately, it's going the other way around. Now they're realising their academy players are worth more because of that. So if they sell them, it balances the books even better. It's counterintuitive. Right, following game. Let's try and squeeze in 2 more games today. Next up, staying in the Premier League, staying at Old Trafford, go for our 3rd win in a row in all competitions and 3rd clean sheet in a row in all competitions. Our former team, the Foxes, coming to Old Trafford. Let's get back-to-back wins in the league here. Yeah, my best mate's a Chelsea fan, and we've talked about this before, but like, you know, there's no greater feeling than one of your own come through the academy, and obviously Chelsea have had many of those players over the years and become stars. But when you think of all the players that have left them over the years, and if we just take this season alone as one example, I'm going to give you 3 players right here that came through Chelsea's youth setup and have now been sold permanently despite being great young players. Ian Martin, Conor Gallagher, and the other is Lewis Hall going to Newcastle. 3 players right there, all came through Chelsea's youth setup, all got sold in the summer. Oh, over £100 million in pure profit for those 3 players alone. And when you think about all the young players they've brought in so far, on some transfers that are quite cheap in modern day football, and a couple of which have already been sold on for a profit, that's the problem we've got right now. It makes more sense for Chelsea to operate in the way they're doing so. Basically, bringing in players or developing players and then selling them for profit, quick profit, in the early stages of their career, for them to go and heavily invest elsewhere. PSR is set up the wrong way. It's going completely the wrong way against what I think the fans want and what the Premier League supposedly want. That's why I'm not mad at what Chelsea are doing, by the way. Don't get it twisted. I'm not mad at what Chelsea are doing at all. What they're doing is legal, fair, and it's using the oh, great. I was going to say great opener. No, off the post. It's using PSR to their advantage. They figured out the formula and it missed him. They're doing things perfectly within the regulations themselves. It's not Chelsea that I'm mad at. It's the Premier League themselves. That's who I'm mad at right now. Not Todd Bowley, not the Blues. I'm mad at the regulations set up by the Premier League because it's going the wrong way, or at least what the fans want, and certainly what I'd want as well. Anyway, instant level. No, Sanchez again. It's the post. 20 minutes to go. Not panicking. Not panicking. It's going to be oh dear. Oh, that's fine. It's going to be another game without a win, but we're going to get the goal. We're going to get it. We will get it. Sanchez would have known. It was only a matter of time. When you've played this well and had all these chances, eventually you're going to break through. That's a good tackle. Raho will have that. Can we win this late here? Which, I'll be honest, we totally deserve. I mean, once again, it will be coming from behind to claim the 3 points, but it won't be a lucky escape this time. It will be a deserved late win. Susak all the way! Of course! His first goal for us came against the Blades, who he was on a 2-year loan with, and a crucial game winner here comes against his former team. Careful, careful, careful. Oh, what a oh my god, no we're not. What a brilliant goal. Was that a nutmeg by Bayer? Well, I think it was, and it's 2-2. Defensively, this is not going to cut it. We are not going to be in a title race this season defending like this. That foul? Ref, come on. So disappointing, man. To start the season off, 3 wins in our first 4 games, 10 points taken from possible 12, flying out the blocks, and what's followed on from there, 1 win in 4 in the league. But I'll say it once again, last season, the reason we didn't win the title, a lack of consistency. And I'll say it again, this season, the reason why we probably won't win the title, same issue, lack of consistency. Right, let's do one more game, squeeze this one in. Match day 3 of the Champions League phase. Brilliant start in Europe, back-to-back wins and back-to-back clean sheets, and now let's go for our 3rd straight in the league phase. Tricky test to end on here, away from home in Lugano, Atalanta in match day 3 in Europe. I'll say it again though, this is still a rebuild, you know, this is season 2 of a rebuild, and granted we're building a really good team, but the mentality also needs to change as well. That's the thing, it's not just about bringing in world-class players and expecting things to change. Well, guess what? Manchester United have been doing that for 10 years in this post-Alex Ferguson era. I mean, even longer if you want. But oh, go on, Mika. Yes, go on, son. But it's it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. You can't just throw money at the problem and expect it to be fixed overnight. Even Manchester United, Man City, for example, were first taken over and they brought in the likes of Robinho and and so on. It still took time for them to get to where they are now. It doesn't work that way in football. You've got to take things in stages. I'll never forget hearing the story about when Robinho joined Manchester City and he was on the plane over to Manchester from Madrid, and he thought he was joining Manchester United. Robinho thought he was going to Manchester United, but instead was going to Manchester City. And I remember hearing about that story, and it sounds like a bit of a funny story, and in a way it kind of is, but that was the first time I remember thinking to myself, oh, like now football's kind of lost a bit of its magic when I heard stuff like that, because I realised that there are so many people, so many external sources and agents and entourages and whatever else that dictate where players go. It's like when Falcao joined Monaco, for example. a lot of times, a lot of fans, and especially younger fans that haven't quite been exposed to this outside of the football world yet, that's when you realise, oh, there are a lot of forces in play, if you will, as to why certain players go to certain clubs, when initially you wouldn't have thought it'd make much sense. Asensio Somerville dinks one in, Lookman controls. Oh, what a goal that would have been. But the Nigerian international just couldn't get it goal bound, as we still lead by 2. And, well, if only we could be playing like this in the Premier League, because it is going to be 3 wins in 3 in year. Oh, what a brilliant bit of work from Mika, and Tyler's going to take his time and slot it home. Goalkeepers need to start coming out though, yeah, come on, fix that. But Tyler Diblin burst out the gritty, and Manchester United are indeed leaving Bergamo with all 3 points on match day 3. What a start in Europe, man. Yes, we're out of the Carabao Cup. Yes, we were embarrassed in the Charity Shield. Yes, in the Premier League we've been struggling in recent weeks, but in Europe, 3 wins from 3 and flying out the blocks in our return to the Champions League. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Realistic Career, guys. I think we'll be able to see it out from here. So big thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, if you have, then please do drop a like. Which you'll have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with match days 4 and 5 of the Champions League, aim to stay 100% and in the top 8, and more games in the Premier League, aim to get back to winning ways after a tough mini run. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.